thirst for some significance of the both dimensional kind, you enter a realm of spirit, of sight and sound and mind. Your radio is a cosmic doorway and your psyche begins to spark. When you tune in to Gary and the Sun and Night Dreams After Dark.
You can advertise your business on Night Dreams Talk Radio, and you will be heard worldwide. Why not contact us at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com. Night Dreams Talk Radio Network brings you the World Paranormal News with James Creechbaum. Now, the latest news.
This is Night Dreams Talk Radio Network News, and I'm James Creechbaum. For all the truckers out there, flooding rains in the Tennessee Valley. Along with a threat of severe weather, there is a concern for flooding across the Tennessee Valley. Flood watches extend from the north of Atlanta into West Virginia. Widespread rainfall totals of 1 to 2 inches are likely, with isolated higher amounts. Also, Washington and Oregon, western parts of the state, much rain, lots of rain from central parts of them states on westward to Idaho into Montana is a wintry mix. A little bit of snow in the Nebraska, Colorado, Wyoming area. And then you get from Michigan all the way across the upper state, New York, New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, snow, Ohio, West Virginia. Going to be a mix, and the south is rain and much heavy thunderstorms. Iceberg, nearly the size of Atlanta, just broke off a glacier in Antarctica. Yes, the iceberg has broken off Pine Island Glacier on the edge of Antarctica, and according to satellite images taken Tuesday by the European Space Agency, and it's a big one at more than 300 square kilometers or 116 square miles, the iceberg was almost as big as Atlanta, and roughly the same size as Malta, although it very quickly fragmented. Coronavirus. Are cruise ships really a floating petri dish? The largest coronavirus outbreak outside mainland in China is not in a country but on a cruise ship. It's been more than a week since the Diamond Princess went into lockdown after a previous passenger tested positive for the virus after disembarking. With almost 500 out of 3,700 people on board tested, 174 of them have now tested positive for the coronavirus. Now, those still on board are in quarantine for another week. But it's not just the Diamond Princess. There's other cruise ships that have, for years, been referred to as floating petri dishes. Places ripe for the exchange of germs and the spreading of illnesses. NASA expects thousands to apply for astronaut jobs ahead of moon missions. NASA expects thousands of astronauts applications after it starts to accept them on March 2nd. Now, with enthusiasm fueled by the much-anticipated return to the human spaceflight this year, NASA plans to land astronauts on the moon by 2024, 55 years after the first lunar landing. Now, 12 men have walked on the moon, 4 of whom still are living today. The oldest, Buzz Aldrin, at 90, who joined Neil Armstrong during the Apollo 11 mission in 1969. Skeleton sheds new light on first Americans. Human remains dating back 10,000 years have helped to rewrite the history book on America's earliest settlers. Discovered in an underwater cave known as Chan Hole near the city of Tulum, Mexico, the skeleton challenges the traditional view that the first settlers arrived in Americas as a single population. An analysis has revealed that the skeleton, which belonged to a 30-year-old Palestinian woman, has a skull that differs from those of other skeletons that have been found from the same time period. A car-sized turtle fossil has been unearthed. A fossil of a turtle the size of a car have been unearthed in what is now northern South America. The turtle is believed to have roamed the region between 13 and 7 million years ago. The fossils were found in Colombia's Talico Desert, and also it's a male, and it had forward-pointing horns on either side of its shell. Deep scars found in the fossils indicate that the horns were probably used like lances to fight rivals. Next news break, top of the hour.
You're listening to Night Dreams Talk Radio. I'm your host, Gary Anderson. Can you say Bigfoot? Can you say cryptids? Can you even say monsters? Well, tonight, that's what we're going to cover with our guest, Dave Spinks. So get yourself a nice cup of Java or a nice cup of tea. Find a nice sofa or a chair right next to that fire. Get warm and get ready. We're going to take you down a road of, well, the paranormal. James, how are you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm doing good. It's going to be a cold one, so I'm preparing for that. But otherwise, pretty good.
Well, just wear, some thermal underwear when you go to bed.
Okay. I'm going to make a note of that right now. Thermal underwear when I go to bed. Thanks for that one.
Well, water on Mars. Well, they have showed there is water on Mars, but the problem is the atmosphere is only 1% of what Earth is. So what does that mean? Well, it means if us, go to Mars, are we going to be able to have water to drink? Now, it can sustain plant life for a very short a time, but here's what the problem is. The atmosphere is so thin that it evaporates almost instantly because of the 1% atmosphere. So regardless, as it starts to melt, it can't form into water, or very little for a very short period of time, because it evaporates. Did you know that, James?
I didn't really think about it, but yeah, that's a very good point. And so now I do know this much. We can only recycle our own water, if you know what I mean, so much. I mean, we're definitely going to have water there, so that could be a problem.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Barb, who's listening on chat and been working on the website. It's going to come out, not maybe this weekend, but the following weekend, and it will have its chat on it. I guarantee all you would have to do is just go onto our website, and you don't have to do anything other than click onto it and then hit the chat button, and you can send us an instant message and we can respond. That's going to be so awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I really am, because I think it'd be better than where I'm at now.
So, oh, yeah. You're not even on it. Yeah. I noticed.
What's that?
You're not even on it yet.
I'm still trying. Don't even get me going on that one. I'm still trying. Hopefully, yeah, there it is. I made it.
You too? I just now made it. So anyway, before our guest comes on, well, you know what? Ryan is going to be giving us some real interesting reports of UFOs. And that's going to be like in 2 minutes from now.
Yeah, I'm always looking forward to those on the weekly report of the UFOs. It's kind of been a pretty good week on UFOs and cryptids. A lot of stuff came in this week.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of people listened to the show last night with Mr. Nas. We're talking about everything from aliens to flat Earth to, the moon and going to Mars. And spacesuits and all that stuff. So we covered it, well, a lot of it last night. So that was rather interesting. Well, I think he is on here now. Ryan, how you doing, my friend? It's been a week.
Ryan.
Hello, sir. How you doing?
I am doing as good as expected.
Good, good. How you doing, James?
Pretty good. How you doing, Ryan?
Good, hanging in there.
Well, what do you got new on reports of these flying saucers or flying cigars, depending on how you look at it?
Yeah, we got a couple of different ones this week, actually. These ones here were actually all hand-picked by Peter Davenport himself.
Okay, well,
right.
Let's hear it. Go for it.
All right, let's do it. All right, we're going to start off in California. This is a triangle sighting, and it occurred on the 7th. So it says, I was going outside for my morning smoke when I saw a triangle UFO flying extremely low. Then I noticed it wasn't alone. There were many more flying in a straight line. Where I live, it's not uncommon to hear about UFO sightings, but I've never seen so many before and never that close. At first, there were some doubts if they were there, but now I can confirm with a 100% certainty that they were. After seeing this, she said she became petrified. But, yeah, that was out of California. Our next one here, we're going to move on to Kentucky. This happened in Brenton, Kentucky, and this also happened on the 7th. It said, I fell asleep on the couch at around 12:30 a.m., was awoke by my dog barking and growling at the back door at approximately 5:15 a.m. Looking outside, I saw a singular dim light moving slowly to the right and then to the left, and then it disappeared. The light was not broken by any trees. I saw no disturbance in the snow in the woods. From where I stood to where I saw the light, there was a dramatic slope, which means the light had to have been in the air. Oh, that's an odd sighting. All right. But, yeah, there's no, it just said it was a light, so that was about it. All right. So this next one here, it's described as a cylinder. And this comes out of Missouri, actually Kansas City. It's a longer one. All right, so it says, did anyone else see this in the area? So if you're listening tonight out of Kansas City, shoot me an email. I went out for a few minutes last night at 7:45 p.m. and noticed a huge craft west of my position at 23rd Street and Nolan Road in Independence. This location is on the top of a big hill. It looked like it was only a mile away and larger than a 747. There were brilliant white lights all over it and a red light on the left side. The lights were reflecting off of the shiny metal. At first, I thought it was a plane landing in downtown Kansas City airport. It says it would have needed to turn in order to do so, but soon realized that it was flying very low at approximately 2,000 feet or lower, and it was slow moving from north to south. It did not turn in the direction west it would have needed to land. The object then neither disappeared or turned all of its lights out. I immediately called another investigator, and she had just seen the same exact thing that I had saw in the skies, and they're about 2 miles apart, which means the object was closer. So she said that means it had to have been approximately 3 miles away, making it absolutely huge, perhaps 5 times the size of a commercial airliner. The skies were clear that last night. I am hoping that someone else saw this object or got a video of it. Now, that is a huge object, and that would be very, very hard to miss, especially at 7:45 in the evening. You guys agree?
I think so.
I mean, you're talking bigger than Terry Lovelace. You know what I mean? What he describes, that's humongous. Yeah. All right. This next one here, I bring up for a good reason, because I have a similar sighting that happened in my own family. So this next one here is from South Carolina in Myrtle Beach. He says, I saw a very large military cargo jet over Oak Street, not far from the old pavilion site. It was extremely low, but that was not the strange thing. It appeared not to be moving at all. At first, I thought it was just the optical illusion